Good morning, students. So in our last class we discussed about argon plane and polar form, isn't it? So now today we have to do some examples related to this polar form. So first of all, if you see the first example here, the question is given like in this way: represent the complex number z equal to 1 plus I root 3 in polar form. So that means z equal to 1 plus I root 3, we have to convert this one into polar form. So now here, how can we convert this one into polar form, we have to discuss here. So first of all, the complex number given to us z equal to 1 plus I root 3. So first of all, if we write this one, so now if you see here, given, what given? Z equals to. So z equals to 1 plus I root 3. This one is the polar form given to us, z equal to 1 plus I root 3, isn't it? So now here, if this one is the polar form, so here this one is what? The real part, and this I root 3 is what? The imaginary part, isn't it? So that means in polar form, how can we convert this one into polar form? So the real part, we have to convert real part equal to r cos theta we have to write, and imaginary part equal to what we have to write? R sin theta. This one is fixed here, so that's why you have to write, let the real part is what? 1. So 1 equal to r cos theta. So that's why we have to write this one is 1 equal to r cos theta, and imaginary part here root 3. So that's why we have to write root 3 equals to this one, we have to write r sin theta. Is it clear? So we write 1 equal to r cos theta and root 3 equal to r sin theta, real part and imaginary part. And then we have to find out from here these two polar coordinates. Which two are the polar coordinates here? First polar coordinate is r and another one is theta. So r is what? Modulus of z, and theta is what? Argument or amplitude of z. In our last class we discussed about these two. So r, very simple here, easily we can find out the value of r from here. So how can we find out the value of r here? So just squaring and adding these two. So you see here cos theta sin theta is there. Since we know the identity cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to what? 1. So that's why easily we can find out here. Now what you have to do here? Simply you have to squaring these two. 1 square plus 2 square. 1 square plus 2 square implies. So in this left hand side, if you see here, we have to write this one is 1 square plus this one you have to write root 3 whole square. And in the right hand side, if you see here, squaring r square cos square theta, r square sin square theta. So what is common here? So r square is common. So simply we have to write here cos square theta plus cos square theta plus sin square theta. Is it clear? So these two we have to write. Now if you see here, if we calculate this one, 1 plus 3 here, root 3 whole square means 3, 1 plus 3, 4. So 4 equals to, we have to write here r square. Cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to what? 1. So that's why 4 equals to r square we have to write. So therefore from here r equals to how much we get here? 2. So this one is the modulus of z, r. So easily we get the, find out the value of r from here. Is it clear? Very simple. So we get the value of r here. So next, now we have to find out the value of theta. So second part, we have to find out the value of theta. Theta means what? Argument or amplitude. Let's see how can we find out this one. To find out theta here, that means amplitude, what you have to do? First of all, we have to check out the angle where lies. And this one is totally depending on your complex number. First of all, here if you see, z is given what? 1 plus I root 3. This one is given, I root 3. So that means if you see the value here, real part 1 and another coordinate is what? Root 3. So that means positive, positive. Both are positive. So that means if both are positive, in which quadrant it lies? Obviously in first quadrant. Isn't it? So this one is y, here it is y dash, and this one is x dash. Now here, if we find out the order here, which one is 1 and root 3. So that means 1 and root 3 obviously lies on first quadrant. If we consider this one is an Argand plane, so x-axis is the real axis and y-axis is the imaginary axis, and here the ordered pair is 1 root 3 because here 1 root 3 is there. So first quadrant. So that means whatever we get here, whatever we have to find out, the angle must be lies on first quadrant. So in this we can find out the theta. Is it clear? Theta to uliabole hole ki koribo lagibo, tomar ordered pair to sabo lagibo aru ordered pair to kontu quadrant lies kori ase hetu ami find out kori lobo lagibo aru tar pore ami kobo parim je angle to ki hobo. So here the angle must be lies between 0 and pi by 2. So here jitu amar angle ulabo, angle to कार का মাজত থকা হ'ব লাগিব 0 আৰু pi by 2 মাজত থকা হ'ব লাগিব because the ordered pair is given this one. So how can we find out? So in earlier we consider the equations are 1 equal to r cos theta and root 3 equal to r sin theta. So from there if we do now this one, now if you see here equation number 2 divided by equation number 1 implies, now if you see here equation number 2 equation number 1, so equation number 2 is what I write here, r sin theta, equation number 2 r sin theta, isn't it? Or divided by this one we have to write r cos theta, and r sin theta means what? Root 3, and r cos theta means what? 1, isn't it? 1 equal to r cos theta, root 3 equal to r sin theta. So I write here ulta ke likhilu yat r sin theta equal to what? Root 3 r cos theta equal to 1. So r sin theta by r cos theta root 3 by 1. Is it clear? We have to just divide this one to find out the value. So now from here if you see here r cancel, sin theta by cos theta means this one we can write tan theta. So tan theta equals to root 3. You see here tan theta equal to root 3 we get here. So tan theta equal to root 3. So when we get the value of tan root 3, obviously pi by 3. So that means this one you have to write here tan theta equals to this one you have to write tan pi by 3. That means tan 60. Root 3 ketia hoy? Root 3 ketia hoy? Tan 60 hoy. So tan 60 equal to root 3. That's not it. So in place of root 3 we can write tan 60, or in place of tan 60 we can write root 3. So now here, now if we compare these two, now you see here tan theta equal to tan pi by 3. So that means ultimately here what we can write? So therefore theta equals to, we have to write here pi by 3. Is it clear? So this one is argument or amplitude. Is it clear? So theta equal to we get here pi by 3. Is it clear? So now here this pi by 3, if you see 60 degree, this 60 degrees obviously lies between 0 and pi by 2. That means our angle is here correct. Is it clear? So now after getting this one, now we have to find out the polar form. So polar form, how can we get here? So very simple. So finally what we have to write? Z equals to, so Z equals to, at starting we write 1 plus I root 3. 1 means what we write? R cos theta, and root 3 means what we write? R sin theta. So that's why we have to write these two. 1 means R cos theta plus I root 3 means what we have to write? R sin theta. So this one we have to write. Is it clear? R cos theta plus I R sin theta. So now from here R is common, so we have to take R common. So simply you have to write here cos theta plus I sin theta. Is it clear? So now here already we know the value of R and theta, isn't it? R is what? 2 and theta is what? Pi by 3. So that's why we have to write this one is 2, and this one you have to write cos pi by 3 plus I sin pi by 3. Is it clear? So this one is our required answer. Is it clear? So this one is our required answer. So this one is the polar form and this one is the Cartesian form. Is it clear? Okay. If we consider the next example here, the next example is given here. If you see convert the complex number, so the complex number is given here what? Minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3. Minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3 in polar form. So we have to convert this complex number into polar form. So that means first of all, when we convert a complex number into polar form, first of all we need a plus ib form, is not it? So but here if you see the question not given in proper form, is not it? The question given minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3. So that's what you have to do here. First of all, we have to convert this one into a plus ib form, and then after that we have to convert this one into polar form. Is it clear? Let's see how can we do this one. So now first of all, if you see here, the first one, the polar form is given here, given minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3. So now this one is given minus 16 by 1 plus I root 3. This one is given. So this one is not given in proper polar form. So we have to convert this one into polar form. For that reason, what you have to do, we have to multiply it by their conjugate. So that's why we have to multiply it by their conjugate. So minus 16, this one we have to write 1 plus I root 3. So this one you have to write here 1 minus I root 3. You see here. The conjugate of this 1 plus I root 3 is what? 1 minus I root 3. To balance this result, we have to multiply it here also. 1 minus I root 3. Is it clear? We have to multiply this. Now after that, if you see this one is, if you see this one here, a plus ib, a minus ib. So what is the answer? A square plus b square. So a square means here 1 and plus b square. B means here root 3. So we have to write this one is root 3 whole square. And here what you have to write? Minus 16 into 1. So minus of 16 is not it. And minus minus plus I 16 root 3. So this one we have to write I 16 root 3. Is it clear? So ultimately if we calculate this one, so here we get this one is minus 16 plus I 16 root 3 divided by 4. 1 plus 3, 4 here. So now if we separate this result, minus 16 by 4, that means minus of 4. So minus of 4 plus of I 4 root 3. So this one we get here. So if we convert this one in complex number, this one into the a plus ib form, then we get the result is this one, minus 4 plus I 4 root 3. Is it clear? So this one is a complex number in the form of a plus ib. So from here we start our question and we have to convert this complex number into polar form. Is it clear? Okay. So let z equals to, we have to write minus 4 plus I 4 root 3. So this complex number we have to consider as in z equal to minus 4 I 4 root 3. And after that now we have to consider here, let the real part r cos theta equals to minus 4. We consider the real part r cos theta. This one is the real part, this one is the imaginary part. So real part equal to r cos theta and imaginary part equal to r sin theta. So that's why we have to write this one is r sin theta equal to what you have to write here? 4 root 3 we have to write. And if we put this one is equation number 1 and if we put this one is equation number 2. Now from here we have to find out this polar coordinates. That means we have to find out r as well as we have to find out theta here. So now what you have to do? Now 1 square plus 2 square. 1 square plus 2 square implies, that means squaring and adding 1 and 2. So r square cos square theta, r square sin square theta. So r square is common. So if we write directly, so here we get here cos square theta plus sin square theta. So that means this one is sin square theta, and in this way if we write on the right hand side minus 4. So that's why we have to write this one is minus 4 whole square. Is it clear? So plus second one we have to write 4 root 3. So that means we have to write this one is 4 root 3 whole square. Is it clear? So 4 root 3 whole square we have to write. Now after that what you have to do here? This one. So cos square theta plus sin square theta equals to what? Cos square theta plus sin square theta equal to what? So that's why here r square equals to, we have to write r square equals to this one. If we calculate for the 16 here we get, and this one is 16 into 3. 16 into 3, 48 we get this one. So that means finally 16 plus we get here 48. And from here this one is how much? 64. 64 means what? 8 square. So ultimately r equal to how much we get here? 8. So the value of r equals to we get here 8. Is it clear? So very simple here, easily we can calculate the result, and finally we get the value of r is what, 8. Now next, another one we have to find out, another coordinate is what, theta. So that means we have to find out the theta. R means what, the modulus of z, theta means what, the argument of z, is not it? So next we have to find out the value of theta. Now let's see how can we find out this one. In case of theta, first of all, the angle where lies we have to identify first. So that means here, if you see, the complex number is actually given z equal to what, -4 plus I 4 root 3. This one is the complex number. After converting this one into a plus ib form, we get this result. So now if we check out the ordered pair here, the ordered pair is here -4 and here 4 root 3. That means negative, and another one is positive. So if you check out in xy plane, that means in Argand plane here, y, this one is y dash, negative, positive. So that means here negative, then positive. That means which quadrant? Obviously second quadrant. So if you see the ordered pair -4 4 root 3. So -4 4 root 3. That means negative and positive. Negative, positive. That means which quadrant? Second quadrant. So that means the angle whatever we get, the angle must be lies on which quadrant? Second quadrant. So second quadrant means from where to where? Pi by 2 to pi. That means the angle whatever we get from this complex number theta, when we find out the value of theta, theta must be lies between pi by 2 to pi. Is it clear? So that's why here already we consider r cos theta. So r cos theta equal to -4. Which one we put? Equation number 1. At starting we write this one, and similarly r sin theta. R sin theta equal to what we write here? 4 root 3. And this one we put equation number 2. Now how can we find out the value here? Let's say here what you have to do. So in lots of ways are there to find out this result. So we put the value of r here and cross multiplying, and then also we get the value of theta from here. Or if we put the value of r here and if we calculate, then also we get the value here, isn't it? So one of the easiest way to what? To divide this one. So in our earlier question also we have done this. So equation number 2 divided by equation number 1 implies, if you do this one, 2 divided by 1. So r sin theta equal to what you have to write? R sin theta divided by r cos theta we have to write. Equation number 2 divided by equation number 1 equals to what you have to write here? Equation number 2 is 4 root 3, and this one you have to write 4 root 3 divided by -4. And r cancel, sin theta by cos theta means tan theta, equals to this one you have to write -4 cancel, minus root 3. Now you see, you get this one, minus root 3 we get. So when we get the value of tan root 3, so that means in place of this one we have to write what? Pi by 3. So already we have done this type of one question earlier, so that's why you have to write tan theta. Tan theta equal to, we have to write minus tan pi by 3. We keep minus same, and then in place of root 3 what you have to write? We have to write pi by 3. Is it clear? So after writing this one, now let's see here, we can't equalize these two. Why? Because minus is here. So first of all we have to eliminate this minus, and then we can equalize these two or compare these two. So how can we eliminate this minus here? What you have to do? Now let's see here. If you see again the xy plane, if you see the xy plane, x dash, and here this one is y, this one we have to write y dash. So the tan, when tan negative, only in the third quadrant tan positive, is not it? Only in third quadrant tan positive, otherwise in other cases it is negative. And the angle we need here, angle we need in second quadrant. So that means we have to choose this quadrant. So in second quadrant tan negative, so that's what you have to do. So in between these two we need this angle. So for that reason what you have to do here, so pi, up to this pi, and if you subtract this then we have to write minus. So that's why we have to do here. In place of this one we have to write tan pi minus this one we have to write pi by 3. Is it clear? So this one we have to write here pi minus pi by 3. So now if we calculate this one, pi, that means multiple of 90, 2 times of 90. 2 times of 90 means what? 10 2 times of 90 pi minus theta, that means in this quadrant tan is what, negative, so that's why minus, and in place of this one minus pi by 3, so that's why we have to write this one. Is it clear? So if we calculate this one, again I write here, you see tan pi minus pi by 3 equals to minus 10 pi by 3. Is it clear? 10 pi minus pi by 3 equal to what you have to write? Minus 10 pi by 3. So that means in place of minus 10 pi by 3 also we can write this one. Is it clear? So now if we calculate this one, so here we get what? 10. This one we have to write pi minus pi by 3 means we can write here 2 pi by 3. So that means tan theta equals to, we have to write here, tan theta equal to what you have to write? Tan 2 pi by 3. 2 pi by 3 means how much here? 120 degree, isn't it? So 120 degrees lies in between 0 to pi by 2 to pi. So that means our angle is here correct. Is it clear? Okay. So if you see here tan theta equal to what we get? Tan 2 pi by 3. That means 2 pi by 3 lies on second quadrant and we need the angle in second quadrant. So that means here we get this one. So from here tan theta equal to tan 2 pi by 3. So if we compare here theta equal to how much we write? So theta equal to, we write here 2 pi by 3. Is not it? So this is our theta. So finally we have to write down the complex number here. Z equal to what you have to write? R is common. So that's why we have to write here cos theta plus I sin theta. Cos theta plus I sin theta we have to write. So R value already we get, R equal to how much we get? 8. So that's why we have to write 8. And this one is cos theta. Theta means what? 2 pi by 3. So that's why we have to write 2 pi by 3 plus I sin. This one you have to write 2 pi by 3. Is it clear? So this one is our required answer. Is it clear? I think all of you understood this one. How can we find out the angle? So in trigonometry, in earlier class, in revision class already we have done how to find out the angles. So in this we complete this theta equal to 2 pi by 3 and finally we get this answer. Is it clear? All of you understood this one? Okay. Now after completing the example here, if you see the first question from the exercise 5.2 and the question is given here, and the question is given what? We have to find out the modulus and argument of a complex number here given, and the complex number is given what? Z equal to minus 1 minus I root 3. Isn't it? So now here for this complex number we have to find out the modulus and argument. So very simple, we know modulus means what? Modulus means modulus of Z means what? R, and arguments mean what? Theta. So that means in this question we have to find out the value of R as well as we have to find out the value of theta. So now here if you see the question is given Z equals to minus 1 minus I root 3. This one is the question given. So first of all, if you see here minus 1 minus root 3, that means at starting if we identify in which quadrant it lies, so very simply we can identify this one. So now here this one is the Argand plane if we consider, and the ordered pair is what? Minus 1 minus root 3. If you see the ordered pair here, the real part is minus 1 and the imaginary part is minus root 3. So that means in this case, and one thing you remember here, if minus is given here, don't write root 3 only. We have to write minus root 3 because the complex number we have to convert into a plus iv form. So if you convert this one into a plus iv form, a means minus 1 and b means what? Minus root 3 we have to write. So negative, negative, both are negative. In which coordinate both are negative? Obviously in third quadrant, isn't it? Negative, negative. So that means the coordinate ordered pair we get here minus 1 minus root 3. Is it clear? So that means the angle, whatever the angle we get in which quadrant? In third quadrant. That means the value of theta must be lies between pi by 2 to pi to 3 pi by 2. Is it clear? The angle whatever we get, the angle must be lies between pi and 3 pi by 2. Is it clear? So here we get theta from here, because the angle whatever the quadrant given here, you see coordinates minus 1 minus root 3. So now first of all, when you have to find out the value of modulus of Z, modulus or argument, modulus means what? We have to find out R. For that reason what we have to consider, at starting we have to consider this one is let R cos theta. So R cos theta equals to minus of 1, And second one we have to write r sin theta. So r sin theta equal to what you have to write? Minus root 3. So minus 1 and minus root 3 at starting we have to consider. So very simple, all of you know what you have to do. We have to squaring these two, squaring 1 and 2. So that means now what you have to do, we have to square this one. So that's why we have to write 1 square plus 2 square. Implies if you square this 2, r square cos square theta plus sin square theta. So that's why r square we have to write, and this one you have to write cos square theta plus this one you have to write sin square theta. Is it clear? Cos square theta plus sin square theta. And in the right hand side what you have to write? Minus 1 whole square minus root 3 whole square. So that's why we have to write here minus 1 whole square plus minus root 3 whole square. Is it clear? This one you have to write. And now after calculating this one, now if you see here r square equal to what? 1 plus 3, 4. Or from here the value of r equal to what we get? 2. Is it clear? So this r means what? R means what? The modulus of z. Is it clear? This r is modulus of z. We have to modulus, we have to find out. That means we have to find out the value of r. Is it clear? Okay. Now next one is we have to find out here the value of theta. Theta means what? Argument. Let's see how can we find out this. Now to finding theta here, first of all, if you see r cos theta equal to minus 1 and r sin theta equal to minus root 3 here. So already we discussed theta lies in third quadrant, isn't it? Because here both are negative, here minus 1 minus root 3. For this reason what you have to do? 2 divided by 1 we have to do. So now here if you divide this one, so 2 divided by 1 implies, so 2 divided by 1 means r sin theta by r cos theta we have to write. So this one we have to write r sin theta divided by r cos theta equals to this one you have to write minus root 3. So minus root 3 divided by minus of 1. If we divide this one we get like in this way. So now from here what we get? Tan theta. So tan theta equal to we get here root 3. Clear? So now in this case if you see here tan theta, so tan theta equals to in place of root 3, when we get the value of tan is root 3 here, obviously tan pi by 3. Tan pi by 3 value jetia hoy theta tar value to ki hoy root 3 hoy. So that's why tan theta equal to tan pi by 3. So now if we eliminate here, if we compare theta equal to pi by 3, we get pi by 3 lies on first quadrant, but we need in which quadrant? We need in third quadrant, isn't it? So that's why we have to rearrange this result. So if we eliminate and theta equal to pi by 3, if we write, then our answer is wrong here. Why? Because the angle lies on third quadrant. So how can we get third quadrant? If you see here, if you see the xy plane, so this one is pi, and then if we add, then this quadrant is third quadrant. So that means pi plus something we have to write, then we get third quadrant. So here the result is what? Only pi by 3. For that reason what you have to do here? So the left hand side is we have to write tan theta, and the right hand side we have to write this one is tan, this one you have to write pi plus pi by 3. So now if we write pi plus pi by 3, if we calculate this one, if you see pi 2 times of 90 here plus pi by 3, 2 into 90. So first of all, if you check out the sign of this result, pi plus pi by 3, 2 into 90, that means 2 times of 90 plus, that means 2 times of 190, then plus pi by 3, that means third quadrant. In third quadrant tan is what? Positive, so that's what we write here, positive value. And 2 into 90, if 10, then again remain 10, so that's why 10, and angle is what? Pi by 3. So if we break this result, tan pi plus pi by 3, if we break this result, then what we get? The result we get tan pi by 3 from here. Because pi plus pi by 3, third quadrant tan positive, 2 times of 90, 10 remains same, and the angle is pi by 3. So that's why here what we get? If you break this result, then we get the result is tan pi by 3. So that means here tan pi by 3 is already there. So in place of tan pi by 3 also we can write like in this way. Or if we get this type of result, then we can write tan pi by 3. Why we write this one? Because we need the angle on third quadrant. So that means if we calculate this one, now you see here tan theta. So tan theta equals to this one, we get here tan 3 pi plus 4 pi. So that means we have to write here 4 pi by 3. So 4 pi by 3 in which quadrant lies? In third quadrant. So from here if you compare, then theta equal to what we get? This one we get here 4 pi by 3. So this one is argument. Is it clear? So modulus at starting we get, now here argument is this one, theta equal to 4 by 3. Is it clear? In this way we can find out the value of theta and r here, isn't it? So now here today we complete one question from here. So in our next class we continue this exercise 5.2. So I hope all of you understood all these questions. So one time you have to practice this, and if you want then you can proceed the 5.2 exercise also. So in our next class we have to continue this 5.2 exercise. Is it clear? Okay, thank you.